Marantz Rantz, no advice on finance. Spin the wheel and take a chance. Get an NFT and a little education. The system got undertold, that knowledge is flotation. You wanna learn? Well, you came to right place. You're pumping AMC, might get slapped in the face. Get your due diligence, know who the villain is. Don't be a sheep when the shepherd's carnivorous. So come learn, laugh, and maybe you win big. And listen up, y'all, the wheel is not rigged. Everybody get a chance in the live chat. Kyoto spin wheel, you win just like that. Retail fight back and this retail winning. Y'all just wait, man, this is just the beginning. All fellow simians, GME group singing the truth. We just chillin', infinity pool swimming. So welcome to Marantz Rantz. A lot of knowledge but no advice on finance. Don't even need pants, you can tune in naked like Henny the Mayo Man. Internet's most hated. Don't wanna lose your money, then it's time for you to listen. If you're ignorant, invest in AMC or Superstition. The stream about ready, they told us to don't dance. I do what I want. Welcome to Marantz Rantz. 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 Welcome to Marantz Rantz.
Light work, easy work, light work, easy work. Special shout out right now to Carter's Corner Pocket. I know he was live earlier. I didn't get a chance to watch it. When I got the message, I got the heads up. I was like, I'm at work, bro. What the hell? But I guess I got to sneak it in like everybody else. Nah, I can't do that. I'm hustling. But if you guys don't know who Carter's Corner Pocket is, check him out, guys. He goes live on YouTube, talks about GameStop, talks about the content, the stock, everything you want to do. And we love that, right? Another special shout out right now is going to be to Haas, right? BeTheHaas.com. If you guys are not familiar with the website and the clothing that they sell, I've always told you individually like what they sell, right? They sell clothes. You go put in the discount code. You type in GameStop. They're GameStop supporters, investors, all of the above, right? And the other part that they do is they actually do private label clothing. So if you're going to do your own brand and you want to make like company T-shirts, 20 of them, right? You just contact them. They go ahead and print it out for you, top quality. It's the best quality of any clothes I've ever had, and I love it. So I just want to give them a special shout out because they are in the GameStop world. Not that they pay me for any of this. That's not how this works, guys. I will pump out anything you guys have if you're a GameStop investor. We're all on the same side. I'm not Uncle Bruce. I'm not going to charge you for it. Quick, send me a PayPal. $25 and I'll talk about you. Who gives a shit? Hey, Uncle Bruce, why are you giving out shout outs about, American-made companies? You're in Canada, bro. I don't understand what you're going to do. But shout out to everybody else here who's been killing it for a long time. So thank you guys so much. Welcome back. Welcome back to Marantz Rantz. Plenty of good information, a little bit of motivation, a whole lot of truth, no financial advice. Market's on fire. Here's why the market's on fire. And it's for the complete opposite reason what people want to tell you. One, right now, the Senate, and I guess I would tell you just the government in general, wrote to the Fed. They actually wrote to Powell, and they demanded that he do a 75-point basis cut this week. We know that the meeting is on the 19th, 18th, 19th style. They're going to announce whether or not this week if we're going to cut rates. Okay, so 17, 18, 19, by Thursday we'll know. And here's the thing about it. Is it the 18th? It's the 18th. I think it's the 18th. I think it's Wednesday. So here's what we do know, though. Here's what I can tell you. I'm looking at 50 basis points, right? I'm looking at 0.5%. And I said that. But if they're coming aggressive at 75, we're going to have a couple of key things. Gold's already at an all-time high right now. Gold's going to continue to push, and this market's going to get pushed because unlike China, if you guys go look at China's numbers right now, China has the lowest margin it's ever had on banks themselves. China's market is it's upside down. For housing, it's decelerating, I should say, in the opposite end. For housing, the fastest it's ever done in like 9 years. Okay, and this is just a fact. If you guys go look at the charts, China has fallen to pieces. But there's a reason why China falls to pieces and we don't, because we get injected by the Fed. That's the difference here, guys. Whenever you need an injection, what do? You just go call up Jerome Powell. And that's the way it's been because you have Janet Yellen in charge at the Treasury, who used to be in charge at the Fed for X amount of years. It's an easy phone call. This is an easy transition for the government just to do. So whenever they say they're not correlated, they're not regulated, or they're not partners, that's complete bullshit. And I'm just letting you know now, the first thing the president ever does is nominate who's going to go into the Fed. They'll be like, you know what, we're going to go ahead and promote them. We're going to or give them a heads up. So, I support them. That's who I would like. And they put Jerome Powell in the Fed just because they want him to be the fall guy. My honest opinion. This thing is going to come upside down. When this happens this week, right now, your stock could go crazy. I get that part. But the collateral that is the long against the short, you tell me. I don't care if they're not short GameStop, if they are short GameStop. I will tell you this, no one has evaluated GameStop correctly. And that's what we're proving every night and day here. So if you guys are watching the markets, you guys understand. And I'm talking about the tightest spread on GameStop right now. Let's go look at it for a second here on the charts. So as I look at the charts, guys, it is the smallest candles. You ever see these candles here, guys? These candles have wicks. And the wicks open up. Let's just give you an example for today. The open was $20.45. The high was 7 cents above that. The low was about 47 cents below that, or 52 cents below that. So you're in about a 50-cent range on GameStop. I don't care how much volume. Look at the volume, almost 6 million shares, and only 50 cents, give or take, from open to close to high to low. We're talking about 50-cent swings? That's it. There's nobody selling. There's no fluctuation. There's no volatility. Now go ahead and go the day before. The day before, opened at $20.49, went all the way up another 40 cents, came down below it, 13 cents, came in and closed at 20.65. Literally nothing. We're talking about 2 quarters in between. Do not believe the nonsense that they push out in front of you when they say this is a meme stock. You're taking a chance. You're taking 0 chances on GameStop. GameStop's the most secure investment today that I have ever seen over the last 4 years. It is so secure that when I show you the S&P 500 and I show you all the blue chips, what do you see? You see fluctuations from 10 to 20% on everything. But GameStop, 4 months ago, 3 months ago, GameStop was only $9.95. It's now $20 a share. And the dilution actually helps out GameStop, does not go against it. It makes it a heavier float. It makes it just that much more valuable. The shareholder equity per share is there as well. So this is the investment of a lifetime for a lot of us. For me included, I love it. If I sold today, what do I have? 20 grand? I walk out with 20 grand. What do I do? Am I going to go buy my son a car? Did I lose anything? No. Did I learn a lot? I learned a lot. But in this environment that we've been investing in, you have to understand that this is worth so much more than what they're willing to tell you. I've shown you numerous companies that have intrinsic value, they have tangible book value, they have, growth, right? They're growth stocks, and they get evaluated on promises, debt spent, not actual money put in the coffers. So it's a whole backwards way of thinking because you've been told this whole time this is how you get valuations. You get the valuation of your company and said security based off of certain metrics. Well, guess what, guys? Get out of the norm. Get out of the PE ratios. Get out of the EPS. Get rid of that because GameStop's pivoting, transitioning, and you have to start looking at other things like current ratio, like retained earnings, and like inventory control and turnover. These are the things you have to pay attention to. We'll look at it all again. Every quarter we look at it. We look at the liabilities. This is why I say current ratio. Your current ratio is derived from the amount of assets you have minus the amount of liabilities you have. And in this case, GameStop's operating with the least amount of liabilities because unlike what the meltdown used to tell you 4 years ago, they don't pay their bills. Do you remember Brian Sozzi coming up and Jim Cramer going, these guys don't pay their bills? Michael Packard, they don't pay their bills. They don't pay their bills. That's not true. We've known that not to be true. Now, listen, GameStop made a mistake in 2021, 2022, and they got out of it. They found their way out of it. So and that's going to be the NFT marketplace, okay? Hey, you make a mistake, you cut bait quick, and then you go from there. And that's what they're doing. And now the transition is PSA-graded cards, and you're looking at new consoles coming out in November, and you're looking at the cycle that you're in. And then, of course, you'll have GTA. You'll have just gamers. We're born every day, whatever it may be. Now, I've had somebody write some comments, and they were like, hey, Marantz, I'm fearful because everything's going digital, and that's the swing, and the GameStop's not really playing that part. If you look at top-line revenue for GameStop, right, the problem that you have with, and I'm going to use AMC as an example, okay? So you guys know in 2016, AMC bought over 1,000 movie theaters. Well, they bought 800 movie theaters. Dead movie theaters, deals that they got sued on with Carmack movie theaters and Odeon movie theaters. But they used to operate at 300 movie theaters only. And I bet at 300 movie theaters, even though they weren't profitable because they were just private equity play, that company was still viable. That company was not overstretched. It wasn't stretched out on debt, as I should say. So look at GameStop for a second, guys. Everyone wants to judge GameStop right now based off the footprint that was. 5,000 GameStops. They used to make $9 billion a year because top line keeps going up in the amount of stores. I mean, we could open up 6,000 more right now. What's it going to do? Top line's going to go through the roof. Does that mean you're making any money? No, you're not making any profit. That's okay. Look at it today. The more you cut, the more profit. You can cut your way to profitability because it was never meant to be 4,000 stores. They never meant. What the hell are you going to do with 2,900 stores in the U.S. alone? There's 50 states. There's populous centers everywhere. But what the hell do you need 2,900 for? It's like Subway. I don't need 2,900 Subways either. But they're on every corner? No. They were stretching GameStop short. They were stretching them thin. They were doing contracts on real estate contracts because that's the play. That's always been the play. But you guys have to get it out of your head that $5 billion is top line. That's what they should be. They should be $6 billion. They need to be $7 billion. No, because that's what Wall Street wants you to believe. That's what the mainstream media wants you to believe. How about if I told you that it could be a profitable company, make $1 billion a year, and only have $3 billion worth of top line revenue? Would you ever believe it? Would you understand just how nimble and agile this company could be? Because the margins are there, and then you have this business model that can grow. Layered growth, hockey stock, it's like a hockey stick. You're here, we're stacking it, and then eventually it can do it because if you grow the right way, if you take your time, if you implement the e-commerce associated with omni-channel, same-day delivery, all the best things you want to give your customers, you're delighting customers. You now have a new shopper. And that new shopper respects what the business is. Right now, you have hobbyists coming over and saying, oh my God, the PSA graded cards, I got to get a membership. I got to get it. They're not buying cards on GameStop unless they have a GamePro membership. And those margins hit the bottom line every time. That membership fee hits the bottom line every time. So I know why I'll go back, and I know why I'll shop again because I respect GameStop. I love the value you get. I'm getting 4% back with the credit card. I'm actually getting more points back because I get the $5 off each month. There's little things that they're doing that keep me coming back, and then I look for the next thing whenever I go. I find reasons to go. But that's okay. It's my hobby. It's what I like to do. But there's got to be a lot of people just like me. You're just like me. I know it. So this is GameStop. This is a business model, but people have to reset the way they think, and they have to be reset what they're told. You know, people telling you digital's dying, okay, go show me. Or physical's dying, go show me. Because I'm going to show you there's 8 billion people on the planet, and all I need is a couple million. A couple million to love physical and keep buying it. I love physical. Pause. I love physical media. I'll buy it every time. I don't like digital. Digital fills up the whole damn machine, and then what do? I have to delete something to get something. And it's like that every damn time. So there's a lot of little things that I'd pay attention to on GameStop. I think you guys should too. We're going to talk about markets. We're going to talk about other stocks. We're going to look at a lot of different things. We can talk about Intel first. Intel had a huge day today, up almost 8% after hours. Just keeps on climbing at $22.58. And why? Because it was announced that they got a deal with the government for $3 billion. Is that really a lot of money? No. Is this really a down stock where it should be down here? No. Market cap's almost $90 billion. The book value alone is $26.95. I've told you what it was, but in addition to telling you what it is, I don't like the private equities here. You have a huge gap to fill. I don't know how it'll ever get back up here to $28. It's going to take some time to run, but you got to show me more than just, hey, they signed a deal with the government. You actually got to be able to keep up with AI. You know, AI is involved with everything as far as artificial intelligence, but this year, and I'll just tell you, it's the banner year for artificial intelligence. This year, what we're looking for are the return of investments on all those investments made in AI over the last 3 years. So NVIDIA, probably going to fall off some. If companies start making, I would tell you, profit off the AI itself, they're going to stop. Thank you so much. Oh, my God. I didn't even know what's going on over here on TikTok. The thing's going crazy. We're getting a lot of gifts here on the channel. Thank you, man. Fire. I'm getting chilies. I don't know what that means. But I've never had anything on TikTok, but thanks. So the way it works for us right here is we got to pay attention to certain companies, but I'll give you one like this. I'm so proud of Palantir, all the holders of this stock. I know Almo's been a big part of this. Some of my buddies at work, a lot of people have been a part of this company. And down here when it was $5, we were talking about it. When it was at $15, we were talking about it a lot here. Just saying, you know what, this is a good company, good investment. I talked about it on the channel. I did a breakdown. If you don't remember, they looked like a bunch of Stanford grads. Everybody was involved. And I told you what it was. So, and what happens? They get into the S&P 500, and it's still going. That's the big S&P 500 candle right here, the big green one, and still moving all the way through. The announcement came, they're in, and now they're at $36 a share. Book on this right here is at $20? $20 a share. So how many times book are they actually trading? Not even 2. Keep going. Keep going. I see it going all the way up to 40 plus. If you're holding on, well, then hold on for dear life on Palantir. Great job. We'll talk Tesla next. Tesla right now, you guys know that I feel like they're being held up by China. Only thing because China's actually giving you back $20,000 for every trade-in you do. So buy new Teslas, one of those things. But Tesla actually downgraded how many vehicles they're going to deliver for this next quarter 3. It's a problem. It's a problem only because they were at 414 at one point. So you're still down almost half. You're down 30, 40% overall. This is tough. These are tough swings. But, hey, you're never going back to this level where you were previously, before they announced S&P 500, before they announced another stock split. That was all the way over here, guys. And I've chronicalized this. I've shown you what it was and when they did it and how they did it. And they ran. And there's no coming back. So, no, you're not down at $11 a share. You're down at you're at 226. But remember that these charts that I show you are logarithmic charting. This is not linear charts. So all things being equal, you're going to see something like this for GameStop. You're going to see GameStop get into another plateau, another atmosphere, another, just a whole other stratosphere. And this is where you'll be. You'll be operating on a whole nother level. So when people see GameStop over $50 a share, they're not going to understand what that means. It's a psychological thing. The psychological part of this is GameStop only needs $42 a share to be in the S&P 500. And I think it's even less than that now. I think I should do that math. Somebody can do it for me. There's 446 million shares of GameStop, and they need to be $18 billion. So I'm not really sure how I would get there. I can use my calculator, but I don't want to. You know what? Hell with it. Sorry, TikTok. I'll be right back. So let's go ahead and do it for you. Let's go 18 billion, which is easy. And then we're going to divide that by the 446 million shares. They only need a $40 price point. So they need $40.35 per share. So if GameStop can get to $40.35, they're now eligible for the S&P 500, and that's a good thing. It's a good thing because a lot of people are writing them off not to get there, but this is a case in point. Tesla will show you. It took them years to get where they were going to go. If I look on the monthly chart, think about where they're at now. Okay, spent from 2013 all the way to 2019, 6 years, and this run where they were being shorted. It was tough times. Little China doing the best they can. That's a movie, by the way. Don't take it like I'm talking crap about anyone. But there you go. Moving up. Remember, they stepped out of this zone, stepped up into a new world. Here, stepped out of this zone, stepped into a new world, and that's what you do. It's stair-stepping. It's awesome for a company that is shorted, that no one really believes in until they start believing, right? And Wall Street catches on. We're going to be no different, guys. I'm just letting you know that now. GameStop's in the same boat as Tesla, if you only knew. Here's another one, guys. It's going to be MNSO, the Miniso Group Holdings. I like Miniso. I don't know why it was ever at $4.25. That's ridiculous. They make money. They have a profit. Book value alone, they're at around $3 a share, $3.75. So they're already trading at 5x book. That's my point. For a company that has cash, a company that makes a profit, a company that pays a dividend, and they literally already 5x book. Remember that. GameStop's not even trading at 2x book or 3, or they're only trading at 2 times book. Where's the 5x? That's what I want to know. So there's a company. Here's Chewy. We saw it hit the ground, guys, at $14.69. We know Roaring Kitty got into it, apparently, allegedly. I say we know, and then I say allegedly. It was announced. I don't know. Do I care? No. Don't care one bit. I just know that it's going up because it has good numbers. Soon as people start sending you TikTok, tends to push your videos and set goals, that helps. Oh, okay. Well, do my best. I'm not a TikToker per se. I never think 16,000 is enough. My brother has like 200,000 people, and I don't even know what he does, and I don't care. I just say, what's up? That's it. I just actually put it there for one more person for YouTube. Go click on the YouTube part, and I'm good. All right, so Chewy, here we go with Chewy. Book on Chewy is $28 a share, guys. Okay? They're $28 book, and they're at $32. So hit the ground, but you know where they once were, up at $120 a piece, all the way through the pandemic, just pushing through because, Chewy delivers to the home, and you don't have to leave. You don't have to go to the store, and that was perfect. These are what we call COVID stocks. There was a lot of them. There was this one. There was, what's the one, the bike? I can't remember the name right now. I'll get it. It's on Peloton. There was Zoom. A lot of COVID stocks, and Chewy was one of them. The VIX was up. Obviously, hit all-time highs the other week. It was crazy. And what happened there? What happened other than the market selling off, transferring from that was like a dead giveaway. They transferred from the Mag 7 over to the Russell 2000, and they were just going into small cap companies, and then went right back into it. They just swing. And when you're swing trading that way, it makes you wonder what the hell is happening with companies like Apple. Apple peaks, Apple comes down. Apple's down around 10% right now. is that true? That's absolutely true. To be down and still trying to rebound. The damn new iPhone just came out. How could this company be showing down? How could it be falling down? How is it that GameStop's outperforming Apple? I'm just asking you, with the new product, no news, no nothing, and GameStop outperforms them today. Today they were down 2.78%. GameStop was down. Was it down or up? It was down, right? I can't even remember right now. Let me look. Is it here somewhere? I have it somewhere, don't I? I have to. It's GameStop. Right here. So GameStop was down 271. Still outperformed them. And they're up in the after hours. So that's just wild to me. That's wild that a company like Apple gets outperformed and they just went ahead and released a new product. So, yeah, Apple is down 281. Cool. Doing great. Embraer, is that how you say it? I hope. I don't know. Remember what I told you, up 3X? Still a company I've been paying attention to. I watch the trends. I pay attention to companies like this. There's another one called Make Your Trip right here. I told you guys about this stock about a month ago, 2 months ago. Make Your Trip is a company I've been paying attention to. There's things on markets that I see when they just start going up, and I try to explain it, try to figure it out. I'm still looking more into, not that I didn't catch this one, right? This one's gone. In my mind, this one's gone. But for people to not know that there's stuff like this out there just running, that's why I put eyes on it. But I put eyes on this a couple of weeks ago with you guys, and it's because I saw some huge green candles rebounding back. It was down in the 90s. I said, oh, no, it's real, and it feels that way. So let's just make my trip. But, hey, I don't give a financial advice, guys. I just give you the info. You guys make your decisions on what you want to do. Amazon, you guys know I hate Amazon. I'm never going to like Amazon. I don't care. It is going up, whatever. I hate Amazon. They didn't deliver my computer on time, and I'll never forgive them for that because I was a pretty lonely dude in August. I was in my head, and it was terrible. McDonald's. This is the biggest bullshit I've ever seen in my life. As you guys know, McDonald's is not making money. They're losing money, and it's a whole different way. And I don't mean by they're losing money, per transaction. They're down. They're down without a doubt, and this is proof that a recession is here. We're living it. This week is going to tell you everything once it happens. What's good, my dudes? God bless. Thank you so much. Do you know about Skibidi Toilet Coin? No, I really don't pay attention to anything like that. Fish, waffles. It's not for me. But thank you, man. NVIDIA, 116 and down. Yeah. Rebounding back from the 100s, from underneath 100 just a couple of weeks ago. And if you look at the trend right now, it's actually down about 20%. It's a problem. That's a problem because people think it's so Star Spangled Banner perfect. But I don't know when they're going to all realize their profits. This is what I was telling you earlier. When it comes to AI, so many companies are reliant on NVIDIA. And when one thing falls, they're all going to fall. And it's going to fall, guys. Eventually, people are going to stop spending money. They're going to tap out. They're going to be like, you know what? I can't keep spending at the rate I'm spending. But right now, with the rates coming down, who's going to go borrow money? They're going to borrow money. It's predatory. They're going to borrow money. They're going to get covenants. They're going to be in big trouble. And we're going to talk about one of those things right now. I forgot about this, but you guys will remind me. Let's go talk about something very important. Let's go to Google. Let's go ahead and go. It's AMC Board of Director, right? The new one. They hired a new Board of Director today. AMC did. And I want to go and see who it is. And it's right here. So the Hollywood Reporter is announcing. Here's this gentleman here, Marcus. So Marcus Glover, he's been announced to the AMC Board of Directors, and Adam Aaron's very happy, and he says guest services, employee satisfaction, and finance are going to be his varied areas and what he's going to pay attention to. He brings a wealth of experience and leadership. Okay, here's the problem, guys. A lot of you guys don't know this about this channel and about what we uncovered years ago. Literally, it's wild, huh? We've been here. I'm going to make a video, I guess, right now while I'm sitting here talking to you. So, hi, guys. Welcome back. Welcome back to Marantz Rantz. Plenty of good information, a little bit of motivation, a whole lot of truth, no financial advice. This is Connect the Dots, part 76. Now, connect the dots. What does that mean? It's where I tell you about publicly traded companies and how they're leveraged by private equity. How do they do that? They go ahead and plant individuals on the board of directors, and they actually make decisions for the company and for your investment, and they do it in the wrong way. They actually want the company to go bankrupt, and or they partner up with the wrong things. They always seem to do the wrong thing when everyone's watching, and yet they just put their hands up and they credit it off to, I guess, inexperience and or ignorance, depending on how you look at it. Now, with this being said, this has been happening for 40 to 50 years on this market. It's easy to see it. It's easy to spot it. And we've spotted it for a long time. Certainly when it comes to AMC movie theaters. This guy's being the focal point right now. His name is Marcus Glover. Marcus Glover is the new board of director at AMC Movie Theaters. He comes from Bally's Corporation. And the reason why I point him out and why I think he's a private equity plant and how it's so clear is he comes from Caesar's Palace. Now, when you come from Caesar's Entertainment and various positions at Caesar's Entertainment, there's a book. There's a book out there called The Caesar's Palace Coup. Now, The Caesar's Palace Coup is a book that I read, that I understand, and what it tells you is that private equity, all of the firms, the vulture capitalist firms, go in and they pick apart companies and they carve out the assets. Now, when they do this, this has happened from the beginning of time, whether it be Bed Bath & Beyond and Linens and Things, GNC, JCPenney, Robinson's May, or May Company, Macy's, Kmart, Sears, Radio Shack, Circuit City. There's been so many companies, Blockbuster, Toys R Us, that have been carved out and picked apart. Right now, you have one called AMC Movie Theaters. They are being picked apart and carved out. Now, are their assets depleting them? No. They're being carved out first via debt. The debt exchange for the equity itself is tenfold. This company called AMC has literally offered every single share at a discount to private equity. I've never seen anything like it. I've never seen a board of directors like Adam Aron, like they have a CFO. I can't remember his name right now because I'm here with you. The CFO's name is not. I keep going with GameStop guys, and I think they need to think about AMC guys. It's been so long, and it'll come to me right now. But the way it works for these guys is they make so much money, they make bad decisions, and they take bonuses. Do I have to look up his name because I can't remember for the life of me right now? Holy hell! Hey guys, brain rot is coming. AMC CFO, and when I see his name, I'm gonna go crazy. Not CEO, CFO. It's Sean Goodman. Holy hell, man! Been talking about this guy for 4 years. Thank you. Sorry. Now the way this works, okay, just so that we're clear, this guy comes from Caesar's Palace. Guys, at Caesar's Palace, if you don't know this, Apollo Global Management took over at Caesar's Palace along with Elliott. Right? And there's a reason why I tell you about all this stuff and why I follow the dots from every person on every level. When I think about Elliott, I think about Southwest Airlines right now, how they've manhandled them and strong-armed them. They did additional strong-arming with Twitter. They've done it with Pulte Home Group. They've planted their people on those board of directors. You guys know one by the name of Bill Pulte. You know Bill Pulte III or whatever the hell his name is. Bill Pulte actually worked for Elliott at his grandfather's company called Pulte Home Group. Well, after he left them, he joined Twitter. But he didn't join the board of directors. He all of a sudden became the poster child for Twitter philanthropy. Yes, anything to go ahead and partner up with Elliott is one thing. But when you look at the board of directors and you look at how they do it, like the Caesar's Palace coup, where you had everybody there. You had Apollo, you had KKR, you had Carlyle Group, you had Elliott, you had Sybaris, you had everybody at Caesar's Palace. That's what told everybody what was happening. So whenever you see somebody say they work for Caesar's Palace, just know that that's private equity. And private equity is making deals under the table to take advantage of you, the investor. And that's how Adam Aron's been doing his business for the last 4 years. Adam Aron literally has taken every deal that distressed credit investors have given him. That's crazy. At some point, you have to turn your head and say, you know what, I'm going to do what's best for the investors. And they're not. Staying afloat does not necessarily mean it's the best thing for you, the investor. It's the best thing for the executive, sure, as long as he gets to keep his job. Do you know what's the telltale signs about all this, guys? Just so that we can draw it back, and I know this is connect the dots in a way, but the telltale sign about everything you're looking at is actually something like this. I'm going to show it to you right here. Right here. Red Lobster has exited bankruptcy, and they're going back with RL Investor Holdings, okay, LLC. Red Lobster went into bankruptcy via the Darden Restaurant Group. When we know that was private equity, we called that bankruptcy months ago, if not a year ago. I said, oh, they're going to go bankrupt because they're part of the Darden Group. And who's in the Darden Group? All the guys, all the bad guys, as far as private equity goes. Because I follow everybody. Guys, I'm telling you, 76 parts of this damn thing. I have followed everybody. And then they're like, how do you draw this web? Well, I draw a big web and I keep it going. But here's the part that's crazy to me. Bed Bath & Beyond went bankrupt. Bed Bath & Beyond went into bankruptcy with no money at all, $120 million on debt financing, and no one's willing to buy it. No one's willing to bring it back. Nothing. And yet people believed, YouTubers and Twitter guys, that were just misleading you. And it was all to take your money out of GameStop. Nobody did that there was no videos about Red Lobster, other than the ones I did and said, hey, we were right. Right? Philip Ladder's a crazy member for AMC. I agree. But the craziest part is this. Yeah, no script, no edits, no cuts. You know how we work this. Here's the crazy part about all of this. Red Lobster's already out of bankruptcy and back to the table. Yes, shareholders are done. They didn't get anything, whatever it may be. But guys, that's what happens, Bed Bath & Beyond. Bed Bath & Beyond. They're already back on the table and a company again. Do you understand you're not getting your money back? Do you understand that it's gone forever, that PPC's led you down the wrong path, that all these guys lied to you? Whether it be Jake B2, Jake 2B, whatever his damn name was, Kais Malej, Michael, ABC, all these guys lied to you. And one guy was telling you the truth the whole time, but connect the dots, it's there for you. Do you know what's the common denominator of everything you've seen on YouTube? I don't care if it's AMC, I don't care if it's Bed Bath & Beyond, and I don't care if it's Mullen Automotive or GameStop. Do you know what's the common denominator? They all want you to get away from GameStop. They want you to believe that there's something else other than GameStop. I can go on to MSNBC all day long, and what is it? The next meme stock, the next this, Bitcoin only. Get out of that. Ryan Cohen's a failure. Oh no, GameStop's, they're underperforming. It's a terrible investment. Everybody's dumb money. Oh, you're retail. Do you know why they call you retail investors? They never use this phrase. 4 years ago, they didn't use that phrase. 5 years ago, 6 years ago on mainstream media. I used to watch. They never made that phrase. You know what they would be? Oh, okay. Well, there's some investors in here. Oh, we'll figure it out. They never put the fork in the road and separated the two. And now they do. Now when they say, oh, well, retail investors are idiots. Retail investors, they're just meme stocks. Although it's those Reddit guys. Do you know who the Reddit guys are now? Wall Street. Wall Street's on Reddit. Wall Street's manipulated those websites. So when you read something, be skeptical. When you read something, question it. You ever just go and hire a plumber and he walks in and goes, hey, and you let him work, you let him do his job, and then he leaves, and he goes, hey, everything's fixed. Don't you question it? Don't you go, well, hold on, let me test it out. Nobody questions the information they get from Reddit, from Twitter. I question everything. The minute you put it in front of me, I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. No. Who wrote that? Who is that? Who said it? And it's never a person. It's a faceless byline. Give me somebody with name, with the video, with the picture, and tell me why you think the way you do. And we'll talk. That's it. I'm only talking to people who actually can tell me what they're all about. Because I know the truth. I know the truth tenfold. Can I give you another one? I'm going to give you another one on this connect the dots front. Now, we know that guy's a plant. Don't worry about it, guys. AMC, terrible investment. Hope you never touch it. It's on you. I've given you all the info. I've given you all the breadcrumbs in the world. Make a sandwich. Next one, Tupperware. Tupperware Brands is preparing to file for bankruptcy as soon as this week. Tupperware. Anybody remember the video I did on Tupperware? Who was pumping Tupperware, guys? Michael? PP Seeds? That whole crew? Just like they were pumping Big Lots, just like they pump anything else to just pull you away from GameStop. And they'll say, you know what? Opportunity cost, Marantz. Opportunity cost. You know what? I always have to hear this phrase, opportunity cost, and it doesn't mean anything to me. Because I don't invest the way they want me to invest. I don't sell when the stock is going down, and I don't buy because it's going up and I'm FOMO and I need to get in. Nope. I do whatever the hell I want to do. You don't control me. You don't influence me. You do none of it, Wall Street. There is no report that's going to come out tomorrow. It's going to tell me GameStop's a failed business. You know what's crazy? The people out there putting comments in my photos and my videos, and they go, Marantz, I don't know, man. GameStop, this is just like a last-ditch effort. I don't really know what they're doing right now. PC green card. I don't know if it's going to work. And I'm like, shut up. GameStop could close their doors right now. They still have $4 billion. And you can't take it. There's no cash burn here. You can't take it. I got a CEO that works for free. He doesn't want it. That $4 billion is yours. Whether you believe it or not, whether you want to hear Noisy Korax or any other failed YouTuber tell you that they took your money and it's your equity and they're diluted. No, it's yours. It's still in the stock. It's still in the company. I have to remind people every damn day? Okay, well, guess what? I'm the broken record. There is no way on God's green earth that I'm ever going to stop telling people about the truth of GameStop. But when they push out Tupperware, when they push out these other failed businesses that are going to go bankrupt, and we already know it because the board of directors tells me so. The minute you name a company to me, I go look at the board of directors. I don't go look at balance sheets. I don't go, what's the chart look like? I go look at the board of directors. I want to know who's going to manage my money. And once I find out they're not on the up and up, once I find out they're in the good old boys club, they're part of private equity, they're part of Connect the Dots, I say, oh, hell no. If you're an investor in this stock market and you have not watched Connect the Dots, you need to stop what you're doing and go watch it. It's that simple for me. Go Google it. Marantz Rantz Connect the Dots, parts 1 through 75, if not 76 by tomorrow. But you figure it out. Because we did. I didn't do it by myself. I promise you. I've had input by Badass Trader. I've had input from other people here that doing research and say, hey, Marantz, check this out, check this out. I wouldn't know half the crumbs if I didn't go find them. But I'm constantly studying. You know, I even had this conversation with my son today. My son, we're driving home. My son goes, you know, Dad, why don't you do content that's more popular? He's like, you know what, you could be like this. And he starts naming other people, other content creators. And I go, because it's not education, son. What the hell would I do that for? And then he's like, well, Dad, you know, the game last night. Oh, the game? What game? This is life. I don't play fucking games. I'm here. I'm here to tell you exactly what they're doing to you. And they're doing it in broad daylight, and they always have. But just imagine this. Imagine if we had 100,000 people. Oh, wait, 1 million people watch. And they knew what we know. Could you ever imagine? How the hell are we going to get there, Marantz? How are we going to get to 100,000 people? How are we going to get to 10,000 people more? How are we going to get more and more and more and more? I don't know, man. I just know that if I show up every day and I have God on my side, you can't beat me. I'm undefeated when it comes to Connect the Dots. Tupperware, bankrupt. I told you so. AMC, another private equity plant from Caesar's Palace. What are the chances? I told you so. Apollo Plants. This is not a, hey, look at me, look at me. No, this is a, hey, look at you. Why aren't you doing the due diligence that everyone's giving you? We literally force feed it to you. We're like, here. But you got to hear idiots out here who make fun of it. Markets with May. All right, Marantz, you think because so-and-so and so. Yeah, Markets, I do. I do think this way. And why? Because the track record proves it. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Show me, other than Hostess, other than Twinkies, show me a company that private equity has gone into and made it better for the shareholders. Not for themselves. Not via bonuses, via board of director input and pay. No. Show me. I'll shut the hell up. Show me a swing in your percentage of 51%. Just show me 51% of the investments we want to talk about. Because I'm swinging 99%. 99% private equity goes in, guts companies, tears them apart, and only the executives get paid. That's it. Not even the employees. The employees aren't even getting raises. The employees are getting the short end of the stick. But hey, I'm supposed to care about Bed Bath & Beyond employees, right? Because PP Seeds cared. Did he? You never get involved, guys. You never get involved. I'm going to tell you something, okay? This is like God's honest truth. Never been involved in a shootout. Like, go to a nightclub, there's shots fired, there's all this. Nope, never. You know why? Because my ass is at home. I go to reputable areas, a nice club, a nice dance, a nice lounge. I'm not going to the Riff Raff is. There's Riff Raff out there. There's a bunch of bullshit going on out there in the stock market. And you guys want to go try it? You want to go touch it? BBIG? MMTLP? Oh, man, come over here and try this one out. Wizza. I'm like, what are we talking about? Look for reputable companies with a great leadership and a great following. That balance sheet, the charts, all that will all come second. Make sure you're in the right area. I will never get involved with private equity and the investments they do, and I don't care if I can call it out. I don't care if I call it out and I go, oh, they're going bankrupt. Now, I'm not going to go buy puts on it. I have a different mindset. And Ryan Cohen just said this last week. Didn't he say this in his disposition? They said, why don't you invest with the shorts, or why don't you? And he goes, no. I don't want to get involved with that because they're taking money from people. And I say the same thing. If I were to buy puts, someone's on the other end of that trade losing their money. I'm not here to gut short sellers. I'm not here to gut hedge funds. No, I don't want to play your game. You ever go to a basketball court and you got a ball, but all those assholes want to play with you because you have a ball? They don't get to play the game without your ball. I hope they have fun just standing there because I'm not playing. That's why I only buy GameStop. That's why I talk about this every day. I'm not playing your game, Wall Street. And imagine if more people thought like I did. This is a winner's mentality no matter how you cut it. You know why? Because I go to work for mine. I don't want something for free. I don't want your profits. Marantz, so I was asked this question today on TikTok. It said, Marantz, how much money do you make on the stock market trading? I don't. That would mean I have to sell. I've had Costco shares for 12 years, guys. 12 years. Buying Costco at $100 a share. And you're going to tell me it's $900 a share today. And you're going to tell me that I need to somehow take profits and sell? Well, I don't understand. The way people give value to themselves, or the way they measure that, is based off of what? Cash in the bank? Cash in your pocket that you're going to go spend? Is it the car you got parked outside? I'm building wealth for my family. I'm building wealth for my children and their children's children. This shit's generational. That's why you can't win, Wall Street. That's why you're never going to beat GameStop. You know how many investors are like me? And it's a generational gap. It's like, you know what? The guy behind me is well aware of what I am to GameStop. My kids know exactly what I am to GameStop. And when I die, you still won't get my shares. The shit's printed on my body. It's not just there for looks. It's not there for gimmicks. It's not there for games. I'm serious about this shit, guys. You don't have to be. You guys can all take your profits and buy Lambos. I know I'm right about this investment. I'm right about Ryan Cohen. I'm right about Larry Chang. I'm right about a lot of things. And by us understanding this investment and what it can do to the market and what it can do to the world, why not be a part of something different? Why not be a part of something that no one is betting on? Do you know how great it feels to know when I go pick up my son at school, traffic is packed. Thousands of people, 3,000 kids go to the school, right? Traffic's packed. And I'm stuck in traffic. And I have zero road rage. I have zero honking on the horn. Move out of my way. I don't even get excited about a car in front of me. You know what I'm excited about? That I get to run home when I get home and come live on the channel and talk about GameStop. Because I get to tell the people in the world how great GameStop is. When you have GameStop in your pocket, you walk a little different. When you have GameStop in your pocket, you work a little harder. When you have GameStop in your pocket, you spend differently. You live differently. GameStop can change you. It can change your life. But for everyone out there that's against it, everyone who says, no, that's not true, because they don't have the heart you have. GameStop has a heart for you as well as you have it for it. I'm just telling you, I'm that guy. I'm a believer that way, guys. And then, you know what, for every guy out there, oh, that's bullshit. Oh, you know, I don't believe in it or whatever. Okay, then don't. then don't. Be that guy that doesn't believe in it. But Tesla at $11, Tesla at $100, they were laughed at. They were pushed around. They did 6 years in the dark. GameStop has $4 billion, $4.2 billion. After the share offering, they're going to have $4.5, $4.6 billion cash. How the hell are you going to take it from me? You'll never get it. Wall Street, short hedge funds, distressed credit investors, you're never going to get my money out of GameStop. And I'm going to keep spending money at the company. I'm going to keep buying shares. The Fed rate might come down this week. The markets might go crazy. There might be an election that's going to be turned upside down. This economy might just go blow to shit. Guess what? I have found a way to survive and buy more. And I'll continue to do this until I die. And I'm young. You're going to have to fuck with me for 40 more years. How are you going to beat GameStop? Tell me that. How are you going to beat me? You can't beat me. You can't beat us. Ryan Cohen? I believe in Ryan Cohen. I believe Roaring Kitty with $1 billion worth of GameStop got it right. All the things you don't want to believe, well, the evidence is there. And the absence of evidence is not the evidence of absence. Put that on a shirt. It's GameStop, guys. I love you guys. I love everybody. Literally love you. This is the best kept secret on the internet. If anyone ever really knew the truth, the crowd would be so much bigger. But the fact that it's not, that should be the dead giveaway. When people hear about it, they don't understand it. When people learn about it, they start leaning. And when they lean, put your arm around them. Hug them. Tell them you love them. GameStop. Can't stop, won't stop GameStop. Guys, I cut it short because I'm on a weight loss program this week. For the whole month, I'm on a weight loss journey. I went out there. I ran 7.5 miles. Well, hiked it. 7.5 miles yesterday, up 2,000 feet. It was crazy. And I did that late night last night. I'm going to do it again tonight. I'm going to do my thing. Hopefully you guys hang around with me. Hopefully you guys see what it is. We're going to be live. Check this out. I got some crazy stuff coming up. First, I'll be live tomorrow evening. Yes, right after I get out of work, do my thing. Wednesday, I'm going to have a live stream all day long. Special interview with 2 special guests. We'll be on the show. That's the potential lineup. You guys know I haven't done interviews in a long time. Reason why I'm doing it now is because I trust one of the individuals. I know him very well, and we're going to go ahead and do it. We're going to do these interviews. So it's top secret. Till it's all ready to go. When it's ready and it's happening on Wednesday, you'll know. I want to thank you guys again. I know you've been to hell and back with me. I get it. I've been through it too. Personally, it's been rough. But you know what? I'm feeling better every day. I'm back on my own 2 feet. I'm going to figure it out. A little bit more paychecks under my belt, a little bit better decisions the rest of the way, and we should be on the right side of this. I'm going to be buying more GameStop shares, guys. Within the next 3 weeks, you're going to see a significant amount. I'm trying to hit that 1,000 that I want as far as shares go, and I'm 200 or I'm 199 away. Obviously, I bought a share today, posted in Discord, but I'll find ways to sacrifice. I'll find ways to get there, and you guys do your best to just keep going and grinding. I'm going to do my best. Maybe I only buy 100 this time around. Maybe I don't buy the 200 because $4,000 is a lot of money with me right now. But you know what? I respect my money. I respect it so much, I put it right back into GameStop every chance I get. It's GameStop, guys. Appreciate you. I know I'm not reading the chat tonight. Apologize, but I will get with you guys very soon. We're going to hang out. We're going to have a good time. If you're following me on Twitter, TikTok, you know that I'm doing this weight loss journey. If you hit me up on IG, I just started an Instagram, which I never had before. I have 50 followers on Instagram. You know, I actually met somebody like, yo, you got an IG? I'm like, yeah, I got one. And then they go, you have 40 followers. I was like, yeah, bro, don't believe all that. I'm a real dude. Like, I got a real following. My Discord's big. The difference is I got a checking and a savings. And, yeah, I was doing all that shit. But it's okay. I don't have to prove myself to anybody. I know the content we make. I know the information we pass around. And it's great. So, thank you guys so much for all the support. Love you guys again. I'm going to get back at you. We'll probably do 51 shares. All right, we'll probably do 51 shares when I get paid, and that's in about 3 weeks when I hit it hard. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate you, like I said. And Hell and Back. Apparently, it's my son's favorite song, and I'm happy that I finally found that out as we talked the other day. We were chilling in the car. I played the song, and my son goes, Dad, I love this song. It's my favorite song, like from 3 years ago. It's a damn shame on me for not knowing. I love you, son, and I love you guys. Hey, GameStop. Can't stop, won't stop, GameStop. Let's get it. Peace. Oh, man. Hold on. Let me do this real quick. Hey, guys. Forgot to talk about this. So I want to talk about this. Man, I forgot that I had this. Okay, so whale watch for GME. So if you guys are paying attention here, the $20 calls, someone's stacking up on $20 calls. Over $1 million, almost $1 million, $700,000, $800,000 worth of $20 calls. They're coming in. So pay attention. Pay attention. Someone's loading up on 20s. There's 25s and 21s. But to load up on 20s, it says a lot. Maybe we go up. Maybe that's how it happens right now. So that's going to be with DTE about 2 days. So depending on what happens tomorrow and the next day, obviously on the Fed chance, we'll see how it goes. Okay, so pay attention whenever you see options swinging in that way. I just want to give you that little bit of information there. So the green is the $20 calls, and they're peaking up almost $1 million already. So I don't know if it's Roaring Kitty jumping back in. I don't know any of that, but I just want to give you that info on my way out the door. All right, you guys have fun. Good night. Appreciate you. And thanks again for all the support and love of the channel. And catch me. All right, guys? All right. Our next year's call are open. They are. There's even 2 years already open. 2026 or 2025 and 2026. Something like that. January calls. Go for it, guys. All right. I got to get up out of here. I'm going to go work out. Thanks again for everything, guys. Appreciate you. I'm going to play my favorite track right now. I don't care if I play it 1,000 times. It's my favorite track right now, so I'm going to play it. And that's just what I'm going to do. All right. Get at me. Peace. Scrubs.
When it's already